Whoa, it's Monday morning, and yes, you've just tuned into it. That time of the week when we chat all about relationships. A very interesting topic we have today, though. Now, you'll remember when we were little, most of us would beg our parents, "Oh, can I please have that dog? How much is that dog in the window?" Of course, we wanted to have, you know, a little play friend, something to look after and play with while our parents were busy. But of course, getting a pet as an adult is for different reasons, and sometimes this decision can't just be made by yourself, and there are a few things to consider before bringing a pet into your home and, most importantly, into your relationship.
That's right. So today we're asking, are you and your partner thinking of getting a pet? What are the considerations? What should you be talking about as you prepare yourself and your partner before bringing a fairy child into your lives? Our relationship expert is Dr. Eve. She is in the building to help us discuss this, and our lines are open throughout. So do call in on 021 430 9881 if you have any questions or comments, and we will engage with you.
Yeah.
Dr. Eve.
Already
I'm laughing.
Already looking at that cute picture. You want to just turn up the cuteness factor a little bit.
No.
Let's first understand. Oh, already no dogs.
We haven't even discussed it.
Yes.
Dr. Eve is just like, nah.
But
Pretty clear on that.
what is it about humans and having a pet that is? What's that connection, and why is it important to us?
You know, Kat, when I saw what the topic was for today, I thought, seriously, this can't be happening, that I am now talking about pets and relationships. And then I thought about it. How often this comes into my therapy room as a huge issue.
Wow.
Pets and relationships and sexuality and intimacy. So what is it about these very creatures that make us feel so good? I mean, there's research, if you think about like people who go for horse therapy, there is something really very calming, very gentle, very soothing about having a pet. So there are many advantages to having a pet. But if we shift into looking at pets in relationships or pets for single people, because this isn't just for people in relationships as well. Pets play an enormously important part in single people's lives as well. So I had to really look for some research to find what is the impact of pets on people's relationships. And there's just so much positivity, which was really amazing.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because it's that one furry friend who gives you that unconditional love. Non-judgmental love, always is there for you, always needs you, that you can shrug off responsibility from without feeling guilty, because when you come back, there'll be no judgment, but consistent, unconditional love.
Isn't that terribly sad that it's an indictment around people relationship with each other, that we don't give each other those unconditional loves and that happiness to see you and no judgment. Why can't we just kind of translate that and project that onto
Because
our
we need more
relationships?
than biscuits, Dr. E.
Exactly. People are just so much more needy, actually, than pets. But you got to tell me, how does all of this translate into a situation where two partners are looking to have a pet together, raise a pet together? What sort of family planning?
It's such a beautiful concept. I like that, because this is what the research has shown as well, is that a couple who want to progress their relationship do that by getting a pet. It's like a sign of commitment. It's a sign of, let's move our relationship further, not by having a child or buying a house or getting a commitment ring, but it's by getting a pet. And if you think about that, I think it's a kind of a smart thing, because you have to do a lot of teamwork, a lot of negotiation when you get a pet. So it's, if you haven't got a pet already, this is now you deciding, do we want to get a pet? How are we going to find this pet? Is it something we're going to get from a shelter? Is it something we're going to buy? Is it going to be a breed? You know, there are a lot of decisions that you have to make, and as you're doing that, there's a lot of communication skills that are necessary that need to come into it.
All right, we'll delve deeper into those a little bit later on. 0214309881. That's our topic in our Monday relationship chat with Dr. Eve. Bringing a pet into your relationship. Have you done so successfully? Are you struggling? Are you trying to subtly hint to your partner that it's time to have a baby?
Yes.
Here's a dog. Maybe you are.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, the number to remember right now, 0214309881. Give us a call and engage with us in our relationship chat with Dr. Eve. Bringing a pet into your home and your relationship.
Now, Dr. Eve, we were speaking about couples and bringing pets in. Now, what is the decision-making process that goes into deciding that you have the responsibility that is ready enough for a pet, like you are responsible enough to have a pet? What do you talk about?
Yeah. I want to give you a really interesting statistics that the households with pets are increasing and households with children are diminishing.
Oh.
So this is a very serious consideration that people need to think about a whole lot, and that does have impact on their relationship.
Also probably means it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Huge amount of response. So you want to think about things that we were chatting about just now, Kat. Time, finances, and travel. What is our routine? How fair are we going to actually be to this pet?
Yeah.
So it can't just be, what did you call it? I said it's a romantic idea. You
Romantic
said,
gesture.
a romantic gesture.
Yeah.
Here for Valentine's Day
Yes,
is a
here's
pet.
a puppy.
Or your birthday, here is
Without
a
a plan.
puppy without a plan. So decisions that you have to make is things like, what vet are we going to use? What food are we going to feed this dog? When are we going to feed it? And who's going to be responsible for clearing up poo pee and walks?
I'm going to throw a spanner into the works
Do.
here. How much attachment or emotional attachment should people then put into that decision? If you're saying,
Yeah.
consider that, finances, practicalities of traveling, etc. If somebody brings up those reasons, or one of the partners in the relationship brings up those reasons as a reason not to get a pet because it's not practical, it's not financially sound right now, and the other partner says, well, this is a sign that you are
Not ready.
non-committal.
I would say get out the door. I
Wow.
mean, if this is going to be the sign of non-committal, we got a big problem. Let me just kind of turn it around because I'm sounding terribly negative, and let's look at the positives of having a
Yes.
pet, because this is what the research shows as well, is that it brings down your blood pressure. Isn't that fabulous? That when you come home, what do? You pet, you touch,
Yeah.
you put onto your lap these animals, but you're actually sitting down. For those of us who don't have pets, I mean, I don't come home and pet anything. I go straight into work mode. So this is, I think, is a fantastic advantage.
Yeah.
The other thing it does is that it gives you as a couple a focus of attention, mutual affection that you have, and people do have a lot of affection, obviously, for their pets. So
Wow.
here together as a couple, this is something that you share together.
Yeah.
And you feel very affectionate and you show a lot of affection. Oftentimes, I find more affection to the dog than you do
The
to
partner.
each other.
Wow, so much to discuss with Dr. Eve
Yeah.
on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso this Monday, Relationship Talk, bringing a pet into your relationship. What should you do? What steps, what conversations should you be having? 021 430 9881. We're going to take a break. More with her after the break.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Oh my word, the conversation continues even during the ad break, bringing pets into your home, into your relationship, the implication of that. Oh baby, we have not done the good deed in a while because why? There's a
There's a dog.
canine amongst us. 021-430-9881. These are the conversations people are having, man. It's
These
real.
are happening all
real.
over. But Dr. Eve, the question is, okay, so both of you have enthusiastically agreed to it. How do you ensure that both of you maintain your responsibilities now that you've got the pet in the house?
Yeah, that's when the beautiful communication comes in around looking at timetables and saying we've prioritized this as a responsibility, and therefore we have to take share equally or share some kind of task. Who of us gets up earlier? Who of us works longer? Who of us travels much more? How are we going to take care of this animal? You know, one of the advantages, another advantage of having a pet is that people tend to socialize more. If you think about it, when you don't have a reason to go out, whether it's a baby in a pram or whether it's a dog or not a cat, obviously, but if it's a dog, then it gives you a good reason to go out. And I'm talking also to single people who really do find a lot of companionship with dogs and find that they can go and walk on the promenade or in Central Park with their dogs and meet other people.
Yeah.
It becomes a real talking point. And that's very comforting and very positive for people who are in relationship to socialize together, meeting other people who are in relationship.
Yeah.
I think you know that's a cool thing to do.
It seems there's many similarities between babies and pets.
It is. It's like, you know,
It's
if
crazy.
people want attention, oh, get a dog, you
Yeah.
get noticed on the prom, or get a baby. Oh, that's so cute.
Don't get a baby to get noticed, please. That's the stuff. No.
What a reason to get a baby.
So, if the discussion between you and your partner happens to be a recurring one where there is an obstacle towards
Yeah.
getting a pet. One
Yes.
partner just says, just no, I don't want to. And you really desperately want to.
Yeah.
Where to from there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always concerned when somebody's going to be that dogmatic and just saying no, right?
Pun.
Excuse the pun. No, I'm not willing to negotiate that. And you want to just be listening and be present with it. How do we find any kind of negotiation? Is it possible to negotiate around this? Maybe we then go to the prom and go every single week and play with dogs. And
Yes, because
and
some
that
people
might
allow you to play
satisfy.
with their dogs.
Yeah, no, there is a whole thing that happens here in Cape Town where the dogs all come from the shelters and you go and engage and you play with them and you get it out of your system and you go back home and you feel okay about it, you know. No, but seriously, it can become a deadlock. It can be a deal breaker situation for
Yeah.
people. And let's even think about people who have dogs or animals, and then you meet them and you come into the relationship and they already have ownership of their pets and they're very attached to their pets. There could be an element of feeling left out or feeling jealous around. You don't give me the same affection. I hear it so often in my therapy.
Really?
I wish I got as much affection and attention from you as you give the dogs.
Oh, wow.
Can we pause
Or
on
the
that
cat.
and just kind of think about that for a
Yeah.
second? 0214309881. How does that even compare? Because that's my question that I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
That how that even compares
Yeah.
to someone's mind or feeling towards love. That okay, we need to take a break.
Yeah.
Okay, it's dog eat dog world out there.
Getting X in here with.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, our conversation with Dr. Eve is still ongoing. Are you looking to bring a pet into your relationship? And we want to hear from you as well. 021-430-9881. It's an ongoing one. It's quite an interesting one as well. We're not having enough of this type of conversation. I mean, in fact, all the people I know who've got pets, I've never heard anyone say they went into extensive conversations and planning and discussing how this would unfold in the household.
And it's quite irresponsible if you don't do that because there is tremendous need that an animal needs to have. So let's talk about if the relationship ends, what happens to the animals?
Yes.
Right? Because this is a deep consideration for many people and also one of the reasons why people stay together, actually.
Really?
Yeah, not only because of the children, it's because we really love our dogs. And then they go into an agreement, an arrangement of how are we going to have visitation rights.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I think it's very important because they do really need to have care. So what visitation rights? And so things you have to consider if you are ending a relationship and there is a pet that you've either acquired together or that you've really fallen in love with in this relationship. You have to think about, well, who is the animal more attached to? Because there is going to be a preference. Some animals, animals just have attachment to one partner more than to the other, which is oftentimes why partners then want to get another animal so that I feel equally loved because this one is kind of yours and this one is mine. So you want to decide who does the animal feel more attached to. They should have priority in taking the pet home.
Yeah.
And also, who works longer hours, who travels more, who's going to be more available, and who is more keen to take responsibility.
With all these discussions that people are having, even post the relationship, what does this say about our attachment to pets and the importance? I mean, earlier on when I asked the question, how can a partner say you are more attached to this pet than to me? Because surely the love you give to a pet is not the same love you give to a partner. It's not. So how can those two loves be confused? Are they confused? Perhaps is it the same love?
I don't believe it's the same love at all. I think it's the same as when you have children. You love each child very differently. And when you have different people in your life and you've loved different people in your life, we love differently from different parts of ourselves. So it's ridiculous to try and compete or to feel as if you are relegated to the back door because the pet is coming forward. There should be spaces of loving people very differently, and you love your animals differently. And if you are in a relationship with somebody where you don't feel the same amount of affection, you want to just really suck it up and be very compassionate and very respectful of your partner who does have a very loving relationship
Perhaps
with their partner.
be the more the partner with the upfront approach. Jump on your partner's lap before the dog does it, so that you get the pets first.
And perhaps it is a different kind of love, but the different type of love, but also like the same type of feeling that you get from it. So you feel loved and you feel warm from this dog. But it's not to say that it's the same kind of love.
No, I would hope that people would feel loved and feel warm from their partners as well. But yeah, let's not compare it. It's a very different, and we have capacity. as humans to be able to love very differently, to love
Yeah.
our horses, our cats,
Yeah.
not our snakes, animals differently to the way that we love human beings.
I'm just saying, maybe it's time that we start learning from our pets instead of
Yeah.
making them the problem.
I agree
Dogs
with
have a
you,
very
Kat.
special skill of being able to just lick you behind the ear. And you
Maybe
learn
do that.
something. Learn
Do
something
that.
from your
Take
pets.
notes.
But
Yeah.
we hope that this has been an enlightening conversation for you. And as always, thanks, babe.